Hey everyone, welcome to another video on our channel. Today we're going to talk about the latest happenings with the Warriors and everything you need to know to stay updated on what's going on with the team. So make sure to leave that like and subscribe so you don't miss any details. Let's get into it. Draymond Green's journey has always been marked by intensity. On and off the court, he's never shied away from challenges, whether it's facing the best players in the NBA or dealing with controversies and strong statements. And this unshakable confidence is a reflection of the Warriors' spirit, a team that has reinvented itself over the years and is now trying to prove once again that they can still be champions. But is this journey to the title viable? The team's current scenario presents some significant challenges. Despite the confidence shown by Green, the Warriors still need to solidify their position in the Western Conference. With a balanced record and fighting for a play-in spot, every game from here on out becomes crucial. The arrival of Jimmy Butler has brought a positive impact, but the team's adjustment to this new setup is still a work in progress. The big question is whether this change has been enough to turn the Warriors into a true title contender. It's undeniable that, with Curry playing at a high level and a heavy hitter like Butler on the team, they become more dangerous. However, the competition in the West is fierce. The Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, not only dominates the conference but has shown impressive consistency. The Denver Nuggets, the reigning champions, continue to be a serious threat, and teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers are also in the mix. For Green's prediction to come true, the Warriors will need to elevate their game even further and find ways to overcome these challenges. Beyond the tactical aspect, another crucial factor for the final stretch of the season will be the health of the roster. Injuries can completely change a team's fate, and any significant loss could compromise the chances of a solid playoff run. Given this scenario, an inevitable question arises. What will be the Warriors' future if the team doesn't manage to achieve that long-desired title? Green's statement about being invited to be the team's head coach raises an interesting reflection on the team's next steps. The franchise has a well-defined identity built over the last decade, but a transition will be necessary at some point. Looking ahead, Golden State needs to think not only about the possibility of winning now, but also about how to maintain competitiveness in the long term. This includes decisions about the roster, playing style, and even who will be the voice of command on the sidelines when this winning era comes to an end. And what if Green really did take on the role of coach one day? He has the knowledge and experience needed to lead, but as he's mentioned, he has no interest in that path. However, if history has taught us anything about the NBA, it's that circumstances can change. Many former players who once rejected the idea of being coaches ended up accepting the challenge when they felt it was the right time. In the meantime, the focus remains on the current season. The Golden State Warriors still have a lot to prove, and every game will be essential in this race. Green's confidence may serve as fuel for the team, but in the end, only the performance on the court will determine if this bold prediction has a foundation or if it was just another memorable statement from one of the most charismatic players in the NBA. If there's one thing the history of the Golden State Warriors has taught us, it's that you should never doubt this team's ability to surprise. Over the past decade, they have redefined basketball with a style of play based on speed, off-the-ball movement, and three-point shooting. However, the current scenario is very different from the one that made them a dynasty. The era of absolute dominance is behind them, but that doesn't mean the Warriors can't rise again and fight for the top. The arrival of Jimmy Butler has brought a new dynamic to the team, adding defensive intensity and a winning mentality. But did this change come at the right time? The big question now is how the team will adjust for this final stretch of the season. The chemistry between Butler and the rest of the roster will be crucial for the team's success. Butler is a player who demands the ball in crucial moments, something that has always been Stephen Curry's domain. How will the Warriors balance these two offensive forces? Historically, the team has always worked best when all players are constantly moving, without one star monopolizing the actions. But basketball evolves, and maybe this is an opportunity for the Warriors to adapt their identity without losing what made them special. Draymond Green, as one of the team's leaders, will play a key role in this transition. His understanding of the game and his defensive organizational skills could be the factor that makes this combination work. But at the same time, Green needs to maintain his discipline on the court, something that has been a problem over the years. The emotional aspect has always been a critical point for Draymond. His intensity is a powerful weapon, but it can be a problem when it crosses certain limits. We know he has been involved in controversies that have cost the team dearly in the past, and with the Warriors in a delicate situation in the standings, any mistake could be fatal. Golden State has no margin for error. Every game now is a decision, and the team will need to show a level of consistency that we haven't seen this season. If they want to avoid a tough battle in the play-in, they will need an impressive winning streak. And of course, we can't forget that on the other side, the opponents won't make it easy. The Thunder, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander playing at an MVP level, is determined to prove that it's one of the strongest teams in the league. The Denver Nuggets, with Nikola Jokic, continue to show why they are the reigning champions. Minnesota, Los Angeles, Sacramento, the list of direct competitors is extensive, but Green has made it clear, the Warriors fear no one. And this mentality could be a game changer. If there's one thing this team has proven over the years, it's that you should never underestimate a group led by Curry and Green on the court. Additionally, Butler's impact could be even greater in the playoffs, where his experience and ability to elevate his game in crucial moments make him a valuable asset. If the Warriors manage to make it to the postseason in good form, they could become a team no one would want to face. And if this team truly manages to overcome all the adversity and win the title, Green's bold prediction will no longer be just a controversial statement, but another proof of this franchise's resilience. But what if they don't make it? What's next for the Warriors? This is a question that needs to be discussed. The team has already gone through a transition in recent years, trying to balance the maintenance of the veteran core with the development of new talent. However, if this season ends in disappointment, the front office might be forced to make tough decisions. Should they keep the current roster and try again, or start a deeper rebuild? The offer for Green to be the next coach of the Warriors could indicate that the franchise is already thinking about the future. Although he has denied interest in the position, this possibility could resurface if the team goes through a major reshuffle. Green's leadership style has always been very vocal, which is essential for a coach. He understands the Warriors system better than anyone and could, theoretically, continue Steve Kerr's legacy. But would he be able to lead a roster as a coach without the same emotional intensity he always displayed as a player? The transition from a leader on the court to a leader on the bench is not easy. Great former players who became successful coaches like Steve Kerr and Tyronn Lue have managed to adapt their mindset to handle a group of players without the same direct control they had while on the floor. If Green ever decides to accept this challenge, he will have to find that balance. But for now, his focus is entirely on the court, fighting to turn the Warriors into title contenders again. What we can say for sure is that, regardless of what happens, this season will be crucial in determining the franchise's next steps. If they manage to turn things around and surprise the NBA, we will have another epic chapter in the Warriors' history. If not, the team may be on the verge of starting a new era, with significant changes to the roster and perhaps even the coaching staff. If there's one thing the NBA teaches us season after season, it's that everything can change in a matter of weeks. At the start of the season, many believed that the Warriors no longer had what it takes to compete among the greats. But now, with the addition of Jimmy Butler and a rejuvenated defense, that narrative might be about to change. The big question now is, can this team really exceed expectations and contend for the title? To answer this question, we need to look beyond individual talent. The Warriors' success has never been based solely on the stars of the roster, but rather on the system and the chemistry on the court. Stephen Curry continues to be the heart and soul of the team, and even at 35 years old, his impact on the game remains undeniable. His shooting, movement, and leadership make him one of the most dangerous players in the NBA, and that's why any team with Curry cannot be overlooked. But basketball is a collective game, And for the Warriors to raise their level and become true title contenders, some factors need to align. The first of these is defense. During their years of absolute dominance, Golden State stood out not only for their lethal offense, but for their defensive intensity. Draymond Green was the heart of that system, always organizing the defense and ensuring the team played at the highest possible level. Today, this aspect of the game has been inconsistent. In some games, the Warriors seem fully connected, limiting opponents and turning defense into offense. But in others, they let important advantages slip away due to a lack of focus. With Butler on the roster, the defense automatically improves. He is a player who prides himself on his defensive ability and always raises his level in high-pressure moments. But will it be enough? Another key point for the team's success will be the contribution of the supporting cast. In recent years, the Warriors have tried to develop young talent to keep the franchise's future solid, but few have truly become key pieces in the rotation. Jonathan Kuminga has been one of the most evolved players and can play a crucial role in the rest of the season. His athleticism and energy are game changers, and if he continues to grow, he could become an essential piece for the tactical system. Additionally, the experience of veteran players like Chris Paul could be vital. Even though Paul is no longer the dominant point guard of years past, he can still offer game intelligence and leadership when necessary. His ability to organize the team and create opportunities for his teammates will be crucial in key moments. And here's an interesting point. The Warriors have always had a clear identity and a defined system. But does this current team need to adapt? The addition of Butler brings a different dynamic, and maybe it's time for Kerr to make deeper adjustments. The team has always played collectively, with a lot of movement and quick shots, but now they may need a more physical and defensive approach to face teams like Denver and Oklahoma City in the playoffs. And this is where we come back to Draymond Green's statement. He guaranteed that the Warriors will win the title. But was that just exaggerated confidence? Or does he really see something within the team that the rest of the league hasn't noticed yet? If we analyze historically, every time someone doubted this team, they responded with championships. In 2015, few believed that a style based on long-distance shooting could dominate the league, but they revolutionized the game. In 2022, after years of dealing with injuries and a rebuilding phase, they surprised again and won another ring. Now, in 2024, they are being questioned once again. Many analysts say that the Warriors no longer have enough to compete with the giants of the Western Conference, but it is precisely in these situations that this team shines. The Warriors' DNA is about overcoming adversity. They have never been just a talented team, but rather a group that plays with intelligence, teamwork, and unwavering confidence. If Butler can fit into the system, if Curry continues to play at an MVP level, if the defense becomes dominant again, and if the supporting cast does its part, it wouldn't be surprising to see the Warriors once again competing for the title. The NBA is an unpredictable league, and even though statistics and logic may indicate that Golden State might not be the favorite, this team has already shown that they should never be doubted. The NBA is always reinventing itself. And one of the most talked about stories behind the scenes right now is the possible arrival of Kai Sotto to the Golden State Warriors. The franchise, known for shaping historic teams and its innovation both on and off the court, is reportedly interested in having the Filipino center's talent for the 2025 season. If this deal comes to fruition, it would not only be a strategic move in technical terms, but also a significant cultural milestone for the league and for millions of fans worldwide. Kai Sotto, with his impressive 2.18-meter height, already grabs attention at first sight. But his differentiator goes far beyond his stature. The young center has developed a combination of skills that make him a special player, especially in modern basketball, which increasingly demands versatility. His defensive game is one of his strongest points. He knows how to use his wingspan to contest shots and protect the rim efficiently, making him a true obstacle for opponents in the paint. However, what really makes Kai a standout player is his offensive ability. While many traditional centers are limited to plays near the basket, he has shown a good mid-range shot, a highly valued characteristic in today's NBA. Another factor that makes Kai Sotto a unique piece in the basketball scene is his journey. Born in the Philippines, a country passionate about the sport, he began to stand out from a very young age, catching attention for his talent and rare physique in the region. Determined to reach higher levels, he left his home country as a teenager to seek better opportunities in international leagues. First, he played in the NBL, the Australian Basketball League, where he competed against top-level players and proved he could be a solid and reliable defender. His performance was noted not only for his ability to protect the rim, but also for his game sense and basketball IQ. After his experience in Australia, Kai continued his journey to Japan, where he played in the B-League. There, he solidified his reputation as one of the league's top players, showing consistency and improvement in various aspects of the game. His presence in Japan also had a significant impact on the Filipino basketball community, as he became a symbol of perseverance and an ambassador for his country's sport. More than just a promising athlete, Kai Sotto came to represent a dream for many young players in the Philippines who aspire to one day reach the NBA. Now, with rumors that the Golden State Warriors might be interested in signing him, Kai Sotto's future may be about to take an even bigger leap. The California franchise, which has built its identity around dynamic and efficient play, has always had a weak point in the paint. Over the years, the team has dominated the league with its style based on long-distance shooting and quick movement, but often lacked a solid interior presence to complement this strategy. Kai Sotto appears as a potential solution to this problem. If signed, he could contribute significantly to the Warriors in several areas. His presence on rebounds would help the team initiate fast breaks more quickly, a crucial element for the franchise's fast-paced style of play. Additionally, his defensive skills would strengthen rim protection, something the team has missed at times. On offense, his mid-range shooting would add a new element to the offensive scheme, creating more space for the team's key players such as Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson to exploit their scoring ability. But signing Kai Sotto would have an impact that goes beyond statistics and tactics. The Filipino community in the Bay Area is one of the largest outside the Philippines, and the arrival of a player like Kai would create an immediate connection between the team and its Filipino fans. More than just a reinforcement, he would become a symbol of representation for millions of fans worldwide, especially in Asia. Basketball is a national passion in the Philippines, and having a player from the country wearing the Warriors jersey would further increase fan engagement and the global reach of the team. In addition to the emotional and cultural impact, this move would also make sense from a business perspective. The NBA is constantly looking to expand its presence in international markets, and Kai Sotto could be the key to further increasing the league's popularity in Asia. With a loyal and passionate fan base, Kai's presence with the Warriors would drive official product sales, TV viewership, and digital engagement, further strengthening the team's and the NBA's brand. However, for this transition to be successful, Kai would need to quickly adapt to the Warriors' style of play and the high level of competition in the NBA. Coach Steve Kerr, known for his ability to develop talent and promote collective, intelligent basketball, could be a key factor in the Filipino center's evolution. Under his guidance, Kai would have the opportunity to refine not only his technical skills, but also his tactical understanding of the game, something essential for any player who wants to stand out in the NBA. Another important factor would be the opportunity to play alongside experienced and talented veterans. Players like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green are known not only for their on-court talent, but also for their leadership and ability to guide younger players. Kai could learn valuable lessons from them, absorbing knowledge and further developing his game. Draymond Green, in particular, has been one of the Warriors' defensive cornerstones over the years and could help Kai evolve as a rim protector and versatile defender. The transition from an international league to the NBA is never easy, and Kai would face both physical and mental challenges. The NBA's pace is faster, the level of talent is higher, and the demands are much greater. However, his journey so far shows that he has the mindset and work ethic needed to overcome these difficulties. He has already faced similar challenges when he left his home country to play in Australia and Japan, and his ability to adapt was one of the factors that brought him to this point in his career. Beyond the on-court impact, Kai's arrival with the Warriors would open doors for new marketing and business partnership opportunities. Major international brands might be interested in associating their image with the young Filipino talent, capitalizing on his growing popularity in Asia and his connection to millions of fans. This would create a scenario where everyone wins: the Warriors, the NBA, and Kai Sotto, who would have his brand further strengthened globally. If this signing indeed materializes, we may be witnessing the beginning of a new era for Filipino basketball and the NBA itself. Kai Sotto could not only become an impactful player in the league, but also pave the way for other young talents from the Philippines to have more opportunities in professional basketball. He would be a living example that it is possible to come from a less traditional background in the sport and secure a spot in the world's most competitive league. So did you enjoy the video? If so, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to stay updated on everything about the Warriors. See you in the next video. Thanks.